Yeah, okay. So I'm just in Noah's CRM right now. But when you guys log in, right, you'll be in the dashboard section. How I got to this section right here is through manage and then email templates and SMS templates, right? So in order to actually upload a nurture campaign, the templates have to exist in your CRM. And that's what I'm going to show you guys is how to, excuse me, add a template. Okay. Give me one sec. Okay. So you guys have these in your email already. Just find the one that says lapsed. And the way that I set it up, it's universal. So every agent, there's no customization required. If you want to customize these, you can, and add whatever you want to add. Like maybe you want to add some other stuff. Maybe you want to put policy information, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But for the time being, just to keep it simple as possible, I'm just going to show you guys how to copy and paste this into your templates. So we'll start with the email templates. And the way that I have these structured is so that you'll understand what you're looking at when you upload them into the nurture campaign. So here's an example. This says name for internal use, lapse day 70. So the D just stands for the day that you want the automation to take place. So right here, you'll see name for internal use. You can literally just go in and copy it, day 70, and then upload that in there. Once you do 3 of these, you guys will be breezing through it. I promise you, it's like clockwork. So the subject, pretty self-explanatory. Feel free to customize all of this, right?
I'm guessing agent picture is just the one that was loaded up on
Yeah.
the website.
Yeah, exactly. This will be the picture that's right here. So that's why yours isn't populating, Noah, because you don't have a picture in that field. But that's fine. If you don't have a picture, that's okay, because it doesn't throw an error. If it threw an error, it would look, ugly or whatever, but it doesn't have a picture. So yeah, if you don't have one, it still will let you continue. So that's it. So you've created it successfully. Then you'll just go back to email management. And then you'll notice here, you have one email template now, right? And then when you want to add another one, go to new. And then the same process repeats over. Just trying to think of any other errors you guys might come across. Cool. So we got 3 in there. That's the email templates, right? There's also text message templates in the Lapse campaign. And so how you'll find those, right, is go to SMS templates, and then this is all your text message templates, right? You'll go to new, and it's the same process. So here's what it looks like on the sheet that I sent to you guys. Scroll down until you see SMS right here in blue. Hit lapse. Same process, right? Name for internal use. And then this is the actual text message that goes out. So with these, you got to be careful if you guys go in here and customize, because it is a text and they require a lot of like characters for them to opt out. So it says 51 characters left. Just be mindful of that. If you guys are posting links and stuff, those links get pretty lengthy. Like, for example, if I were to get someone to, maybe do a referral link, right? So that's everybody has this referral link. This is Noah's referral link. Let's say he wants to get some agent referrals and he pastes the link in there. The link is cut off at 7F. So he's still missing all of this. So it won't actually text the whole link. So what I did was I already, took that in consideration, and I put everything that you would need for them to contact you via text message, so they can just call you right here. And sometimes I have your, email there as well. So, but yeah, this is the day 70 text. So the texts are pretty simple, right? So let's do another one. and you create a template in 10 seconds, less than 10. That's probably 5 seconds. But at any rate, we have some text messages here. And I do apologize, Noah. You're going to have to go in there and figure out where we left off at. Or you know what? I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, Noah, just because you let me use your thing here. So you'll fill this up until, you know, there's no more email templates. Same with the SMS templates. You want to make sure every single one is in there, and you only have to do this one time, right? So I'm sure Noah has a test lead in here that we can kind of mess around with. There we go. So let's say you're in a client's record, right? This is the fun part. Actually, I apologize. I skipped a whole dang part. Now we have to put those templates into a nurture campaign. So you'll click on nurture campaign down here, and then you'll hit add. And then you'll want to name the campaign. So for namesake, we'll just name it Lapse Nurture Campaign. Very simple. All right. Hit save. And now you can add your sequences up here. Okay. So again, if I hit nurture campaign and you guys messed around and maybe have a test one in there, you just hit add and then name it the name of the campaign. What's the reason that you're creating this campaign? We want to send text messages and emails to clients who lapse or are pending lapse, right? That's the whole idea. So you have the campaign already existing, or you're going to add one. We already made one, and we need to add the sequences. What are the sequences? The sequences are just the sequences of emails and SMS texts, right? So we've already created all the templates, and this is another easy part. So we'll start at day 70. Or if it's easier, you'll have one that's like day 1 or 5 once your email templates are in there. But just because Noah, I'm going to help you with this. So I'm going to do all this for you, Noah. We'll start at day 70 to keep it congruent. And this is the text message, right? So send text. Which text do you want to send? I want to send day 70. How long do you want to wait until we send the text? Well, day 70 means 70 days. You see how it's like, now it kind of makes sense. Email, same thing. Lapse, day 70. How long do you want to wait to send this email? 70 days. So you can't really get lost in here, right? You just make sure it all matches up. You hit save, and then you add another sequence. Day 65, 65 days. Email, same thing. 65 days. So on and so forth, right? Now we can go to the test lead, okay? Any questions so far? I just want to make sure, see if you guys have any questions, right? And this is a very like base level version. We'll do every Wednesday, we're going to do like CRM training for account management. That's what my plans are going forward. And so I think we can all like benefit from this kind of training. You know, knowing the systems and processes is just extremely important in this business. And it's something that doesn't really get talked about a lot. And it's what's going to separate you from an agent who has, you know, not so sticky business to an agent who has high persistency, right? Very low chargeback rates and business that sticks on the books. And also it's just nice, you know, it's nice to know when you miss a payment, and it's nice to get those phone calls back when, you know, someone calls you and say, hey, I just got a message that I missed my payment. I did have some fraud on my account the other day, and I do need to update my bank account. I did change it. Can we go ahead and do that? Oh, sure, Miss Susie. And then you're just like, wow, this really works. And I'll tell you guys, I did for my wife, Crystal Patton. You probably see her on like Dials or something like that. But we did this for her yesterday, the Lapse campaign on Sunday. We put 15 people in and we got 2 callbacks on a Sunday. That's pretty impressive. So I'm telling you guys, this is worth it. It works. And so far I've rewritten probably about $2,500 to $3,000 in AP just off of these Lapse campaigns. And these Lapse campaigns are people that may have missed a payment 2 months ago, chargebacks from like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And I didn't do my whole Lapse queue. I've only done like 20 people. So I've already rewritten $3,000 in AP with 20 people off of these campaigns alone. So let's put someone in a lapse. Like when do you know, right? Because we're all new here, and with Digital BGA, everybody on my team is fairly new. You guys started like June, late June, probably early July. Some of you guys even in August. So I know you guys don't have a ton of lapses right now. You guys don't have a ton of chargebacks right now. But they are coming. It's just a part of business, right? It's just a part of business. It's nothing to be afraid of or nothing like that. But it happens. And so when it does, you will get an email from processing at Digital BGA. You will know when someone misses a payment. The carriers send out letters most of the time. And processing will let you know because it ties to AMS, and there's, we'll talk about AMS on another training, but another great tool that we should all be using. So you'll know when a client lapses. I can't decline this one. She needs to grab this. I wish I knew how to like silence it because it's so loud. There we go. So you will know when to put a client in a lapse policy. So let's pretend this test lead, we just got an email from processing at Digital BGA, and we have a test. The name is test lead 2, right? Test lead 2 missed their payment, they're pending lapse, and you want to call them, right? So you call them, they don't answer the phone. Surprise, right? And now you want to put them into a nurture campaign, right? You still want to call them, like you want to try to follow up with them, maybe make a note for yourself or something, but you'll go to nurture campaigns and options right here, hit nurture campaigns, and then assign them to a campaign. All right. So we have our lapse nurture campaign, and we will assign them to that campaign. So because we only have those 2 templates, Noah, it's only going to show the 2 templates, but it shows you, the task, the scheduled time that they're going to go out, right? Because these are a 5-day split. So it shows you every single, split. And what I did there was I removed them. So let's say they make a payment, right? Let me just throw them back in there really quick. Let's say they make a payment, you get them on the phone, the lapse campaign works. Good stuff. But you don't want them to get the rest of those emails and texts. You just hit this little trash can button and it deletes them. It removes them from a campaign. Okay. Now, if you do put them in a lapse campaign and maybe you still get a couple of emails from the carriers or something like that, and you want to see, like, what if I've already put this guy in or gal in a lapse campaign? Like, how do I know if I already did that? Just go to notes and it'll show you right here. All right. But it'll be like long. It'll be like this long because you'll have 15 of each sequence. So you'll be able to tell very quickly. You'll discern whether or not you've put them in a lapse campaign. Make sense? Cool.
Triggers starting, what's triggers?
That's
All
just
of these going out.
you put them in the nurture campaign.
So as soon as you put them in the nurture campaign, it's going to start counting the days.
Yep.
CRM and send them out automatically.
Exactly. And so that is already done when we put the day for the delay, right? So so right here. So maybe you want it to be immediately. What if you put them in a campaign and you want them to immediately receive the text that they missed a payment? As soon as you find out, you want them to you just put immediate in the text, right? But that's already in there. I did that for everybody on this call. So in the nurture, let me show you guys. In your templates, right, text messages start on day 3, and the lapse starts on day 1. Right, so you can either choose day 1 or immediate for your first one, depending on what you want to do. So I would recommend, everybody do this, at least the lapse, right? You guys have all of these built out. Right after a sale made, this one, I love this one. I just started implementing this in my business, but I'm using this because I want referrals and I want reviews, right? Eventually I want to stop buying leads. So I'm going to put them in a email marketing campaign that generates referrals and reviews, right? You guys also have this. You guys also have this template. Obviously do this after you take your leads today or before you take them. Just, be mindful of And honestly, guys, it should really only take 15, 20 minutes, but just be mindful of your time because you can get lost in here thinking, oh man, I'd rather, take a moment to share your thoughts and insights. Oh, I'd rather say this, da, 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 da. And then you'd start going through it and it could take you like hours, you know what I mean? If you start messing around with stuff. So don't get lost in the sauce. What I would recommend everybody do is just upload them, just upload the templates, right? And then maybe go in there and mess around with them tomorrow or something. But the main thing is you want to have a full nurture campaign. And so that should be the first goal, right? But we have, we can do training on the referral reviews and stuff like that. I use buttons. So you can put your unique referral link in the buttons in the dynamic field. So, and by the way, guys, like this, we're kind of the pioneers, right? Our RSD teams, we're kind of the pioneers on some of these technologies that are coming out, right? So eventually the other new agents will already have these preloaded, the templates. And so they'll just have to do the nurture campaigns. But if we all work together as a whole, I can present numbers, and that's what matters in business. And I can say, hey, look, my team had, like, Anthony, why is your team's persistency off the charts? Anthony, how is your team getting so many referrals, right? How are they getting so many custom leads? How are they more profitable? That's my goal for you guys. I want you guys to have the most profits. I want you guys to have the stickiest book of business, right? I want everybody on my team to shine. And then I want everybody on everybody else's team to shine too. But we have to lead this. We have to be the pioneers. We have to set the example, right? And what am I asking you to do? I'm not asking you to do anything for me. I'm asking you to do it for you. Like if someone calls you back for a lapse policy, I mean, that's not helping me out, So Noah, I got you. Don't worry about it. Anybody else have any questions on this? I adopted a formula. I adopted a formula.